All right, so you're looking for investment opportunities, maybe some of those hidden gems that could really take off. Well, today we're diving into the world of penny stocks. You know those stocks trading for less than $4, sometimes even less than what you'd spend on lunch. And we're going to explore whether skipping that takeout could actually be your ticket to financial freedom.
The thing about penny stocks is that they really offer this unique blend of risk and reward because they're so affordable. Even a small investment could potentially lead to really substantial returns if that company ends up being successful. But as with all investments, it's really important to understand the why behind a company's potential.
Exactly, and that's why we're here. We're taking a deep dive into this article. It's called Hidden Stocks Under $4 That Could Transform Your Portfolio in 2025. And just to be clear, we're not offering financial advice here. We just want to explore what makes these companies so interesting.
The first company on our list is Kuya Silver Corporation. It's traded as KUF.CN on the Canadian Stock Exchange.
Silver, huh? It's not just for jewelry anymore, is it? I mean, it's used in everything these days. Solar panels, electronics, batteries, and the demand just keeps going up and up and up.
Right, and that's what makes Kuya Silver so fascinating. They're focused on the silver mine. It's in Peru, called Bethania, and they're about to shift from developing it to actually producing and selling silver.
Whoa, so they're like about to hit the silver mother lode,
Hmm.
and their stock is only 27 cents a share.
Well, it's not quite that simple. Kuya Silver is actually currently operating at a loss, and they're facing some, financial obstacles. They have a lot of debt, and production costs are going up, which makes it really hard to generate a profit.
Ah, so there's a catch. There's always a catch, isn't there?
Sure.
So what would need to happen for them to overcome those challenges and become a profitable silver producer?
Well, that's the question for any potential investor, right? They'd need to see a big increase in the price of silver, along with a decrease in their operating costs. They might even need to find a way to restructure their debt to make it a bit more manageable.
Okay, so there's potential there, but it's definitely a gamble. Let's move on to company number 2, Safe Bulkers Incorporated, SB on the stock market. Think massive cargo ships, sailing across the oceans, carrying everything from coal to grain. That's Safe Bulkers world.
And that industry is booming right now. Global demand for shipping is really high, and that's driving profits for companies like Safe Bulkers.
Okay, so they're riding the wave.
Yeah.
But what makes them stand out from the crowd? Are they just lucky?
Well, they've got a couple of things going for them. First, the financial performance is very strong. Their revenue is up 17.3% from last year, and their profits have increased by a whopping 67.3%.
Wow, those are some impressive numbers.
Absolutely, and beyond just benefiting from a good market, they've made some smart strategic moves to position themselves for success. One key thing is how they manage their fleet. They use a mix of long-term contracts, which give them some stability, but they also engage in what are called spot market deals.
Spot market deals, what are those?
It's kind of a fascinating system. Basically, it lets them capitalize on those short-term changes in demand and pricing, almost like a ride-sharing service, but for cargo ships. So if suddenly there's a big demand for shipping to a specific region, Safe Bulkers can send a ship there quickly and get a really good price. This flexibility makes them very competitive.
So it's not just luck, they're actually playing the market. Pretty smart. Anything else that sets them apart?
One more thing. They're investing a lot in environmentally friendly ships, which puts them ahead of the game when it comes to those stricter environmental rules.
So they're making money, they're strategic, and they're going green. Sounds like they've got a good thing going. But isn't the shipping industry kind of unpredictable? How can investors be sure this success is going to last?
That's a great question, and it reminds us of a really important point about investing. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Safe Bulkers might be doing great now, but the shipping industry is cyclical. It goes through booms and busts.
So investors need to figure out if this is a short-term spike or a sign of real long-term growth. What do you think? Do you think this upward trend will continue for Safe Bulkers?
It's tough to say for sure. It depends on so many things, like the global economy, trade patterns, fuel prices, but their focus on sustainability could give them an advantage as the world moves towards greener solutions.
Interesting. Okay, let's move on to company number 3, Aptorum Group Limited, APM on the stock market.
Now, this is where things get really interesting. Aptorum is a biotech company, and they're focused on developing new treatments for some of the biggest challenges facing humanity: cancer, infectious diseases, metabolic disorders.
Wow, so we're talking potential medical breakthroughs. Tell me more.
They're taking this multi-pronged approach, developing a wide range of drug candidates. And they're not just doing research, they're making real progress. They recently completed some very successful clinical trials for a new cancer treatment, and that good news sent their stock price through the roof, up by an incredible 250%.
250%, that's a huge jump. What caused such a massive stock increase?
Well, it's a perfect example of how positive clinical trial results can have a huge impact on a biotech company's value. Investors see those results and they think, okay, this company is on the right track. Their research might actually lead to a product people can use.
It makes sense that people would get excited about a company that's maybe on the verge of a major medical breakthrough. But biotech is risky, right? High reward, but also high risk.
You're absolutely right. It's a high-stakes industry. And the path from promising research to an actual drug you can buy at the pharmacy is long and full of challenges. Even if clinical trials go well, there's no guarantee of FDA approval or commercial success.
So what should potential investors look at when it comes to Aptorum? Besides those clinical trial results, what suggests they might be a good bet for the long term?
Well, there are a few things working in their favor. First, they've been showing strong revenue growth, which means they're making money from their current products or services. Second, their debt is manageable, which is a sign of financial stability. And finally, their assets are valued very highly, which means the market sees a lot of potential for future growth.
Okay, so they've got some solid fundamentals, and they're making waves in the world of medical research. Sounds like they're definitely worth keeping an eye on.
For sure, they're a company to watch. But as with any investment, it's so important to do your own research and really carefully consider the risks.
Right, no investment is a sure thing.
Yeah.
Especially in a field as complex and unpredictable as biotech. But hey, that's what makes it exciting. Wow, so we've gone from a silver mine in Peru to the world of global shipping, and now we're talking about cutting-edge medical research, and all of these potential investments are out there for less than the cost of, I don't know, a fancy coffee or something.
It really shows you how important it is to stay informed and keep looking for new opportunities. But just to remind everyone, this deep dive is all about giving you information, not giving you financial advice.
Right. We're here to spark your curiosity, give you some things to think about. But ultimately, any investment decisions are up to you.
Exactly. Before you even think about investing, it's crucial to do your own research. Figure out how much risk you're comfortable with, and maybe even talk to a financial advisor. Don't just jump in because something sounds exciting.
Good advice. All right, let's recap what we've learned about these three companies. Kuya Silver, they're trying to capitalize on the growing demand for silver, which is used in so much technology these days. But they do have some financial hurdles to overcome.
Safe bulkers. They're benefiting from that booming shipping industry, and they seem to be doing it strategically with those long-term contracts and puff, those spot market deals, remember those? But the big question is this growth going to last? Or is it just a temporary thing?
And then Aptorum, trying to develop groundbreaking new treatments for some serious medical challenges. They have those great clinical trial results, solid financials, and a high asset valuation. But of course, biotech is inherently risky.
Exactly. So for each of these companies, you as the investor need to do your homework. Ask yourself, what are the long-term prospects for silver? How might things like government regulations or new technologies affect Kuya Silver's chances of success?
For safe bulkers, what about global economic trends? Could things like rising fuel costs or some big geopolitical event mess up their momentum?
And for Aptorum, what are the odds that those successful clinical trials will actually lead to FDA approval and a product they can actually sell? Who are their competitors in the biotech world?
So many questions to ask. It's like being a detective, gathering clues, putting the pieces together. And the best part is, you get to choose your own adventure.
Exactly. Each company offers a unique opportunity with its own risks and potential rewards.
So if you're the kind of person who likes to invest in something tangible, like a precious metal, and you believe in the future of silver, maybe Kuya Silver is for you. But you have to consider those financial challenges.
If you're more interested in global trade and logistics, and you think the shipping industry is here to stay, maybe safe bulkers is a better fit. But you need to think about how vulnerable they are to economic ups and downs, and whether their focus on being eco-friendly will really give them an advantage in the long run.
And if you're really excited by the possibility of groundbreaking medical discoveries, and you're okay with taking on more risk, maybe Aptorum is the company for you, with their focus on tackling major diseases.
Yeah.
But you'll want to research their specific drugs, their competition, and how hard it is to actually bring new treatments to market.
Remember, There's no one right answer. It's about matching your investments with your own personal beliefs, your risk tolerance, and your vision of the future.
Here's a final thought for you. Imagine you have just a small amount to invest. Maybe the cost of that takeout meal we were talking about. Which of these companies would you choose? And why?
We want to hear your thoughts. Tell us in the comments. Let's keep this conversation going.
Because knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your financial future. Keep learning, keep exploring, and who knows, maybe you'll find the next hidden gem that transforms your portfolio. But most importantly, invest wisely and invest with your eyes wide open. It's been a real journey, hasn't it? Exploring these companies, getting to know what makes them tick.
It has. From those silver mines to cargo ships to the future of medicine, we've covered a lot of ground today.
But even if none of these companies turn out to be the one for you, the real takeaway is the process, the way we've been thinking about this.
That's right.
We've learned so much about analyzing financial performance, market trends, understanding those risks. It's so much more than just picking a company and hoping for the best.
Absolutely. It's about thinking like an investor, seeing the bigger picture, making smart decisions. And those skills will always be useful, no matter what you're looking to invest in.
So true. We've given you some knowledge, some things to ponder, and hopefully we've sparked a little bit of that investor's intuition in you. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, go out there, explore, do your research, see what hidden gems you can find. The world of investing is full of possibilities.
And remember, investing isn't just about making money. It's about being part of the future, supporting the companies you believe in, and helping to shape the world.
So be curious, stay informed, and most importantly, be bold. Who knows, maybe someday we'll be talking about your success story right here on The Deep Dive.
Well, that's a wrap on this deep dive, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Until next time, happy investing.